Hi guys. Okay, so I'm going to show you today my highlight contouring everyday face routine. So the first thing you need to do is obviously wash your face with clean hands and apply moisturizer afterwards. And you want to wait like about 15 minutes to put on your foundation, no more than 30 because then you're going to get all greasy, and you don't want to do it right afterwards because your face might still be a little bit oily and you want to absorb the product. So I already did that and I've waited just a little bit. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my face, and I'm going to go and use the porefessional by Benefit, and this is super easy to use. You can just put a little bit on your fingers and rub it throughout your face, and I mainly put it on my T-zone of my face because that's where I really get oily and I have a little bit of a breakout, and just smooth that in really good. Okay, and so after that, my next step that I always do is put on my foundation first. So today I'm going to use this Covergirl trublend foundation, just like from a drugstore. I actually really like it. It's like my favorite drugstore foundation right now, and I'm using the shade Buff Beige, and I'm pretty light, as you can tell, but my chest is a little bit darker, so I'm going to match my chest with this, not my face. So I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand, like 1.5 pumps, and I'm going to use this Morphe AS10 brush. It's the two-sided, and I'm going to use the foundation side. And I'm just going to start applying this throughout my face. And you really want to smooth it out throughout the entire face so it's a really thin layer. You don't want it really thick. It doesn't take very much. And bring it down onto your neck just a little bit. I've already done my eyebrows, and I have a little bit of mascara on. I'm not really doing much for my eyes today just because it's a lazy day. And even though I've already primed my eyes and concealed them, I'm just going to run it over that again. And like I said, I'm just going to bring it down on my neck a little bit. Okay, so now that I have that all off the back of my hand, I am going to take my all-time favorite ever foundation brush, and this is the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. And everybody loves this brush, but it's just so amazing for giving you that really like buffed in feeling. It makes you feel like you're airbrushed, and it's just so beautiful. So I'm really just kind of in circular motions gonna buff the foundation into my skin. Just make sure you get all of the corners. You can't buff too much, so don't worry about overdoing it with your Kabuki brush. Like that. So, since I said highlighting and contouring, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use these NYX HD concealers to highlight and contour with the liquid. And the one I'm going to use for the highlight is the Porcelain, it's the lightest one, and I'm going to use the bronze for a contour. I'm not afraid of using a dark color for a contour because we'll blend it in really good. So the first thing I'm going to start with my highlight is I'm just going to take this and put it underneath my eyes because I have really bad dark circles. I'm going to take it on the forehead. I have a little bit of a breakout there. A little bit on my nose, my Cupid's bow. Right there, starting to look all crazy. And I'm going to take underneath there just a little bit, because what it's going to do is it's going to offset the contour once we put that on, and it's going to brighten it up and make your contour line look sharper. So now that we've got that on, we're going to take our bronze, and you want to contour like this part of your forehead, like right up near your temples. And so it's going to go, your contour is going to go right above where that highlight line is, and you can actually do the highlight line afterwards. But I just did it first because that's what I picked up first. So you want to kind of start in your ear, right under your cheekbone, and don't go too much further than where your eye is. So just a little line like that. And I always do a little bit on my nose. Like that. And you're gonna look really silly the first time you do this. A little bit on my jawline to kind of sculpt out the face like so. And then you can take a damp beauty blender and start blending it out. So we're going to be covering up a lot of the foundation that we put on. But that's okay. Brighten up this area. So that's most of the center of the face. So now I'm going to take the fatter side and kind of buff that out up there. And kind of buff it into your hairline because you want it to be seamless. You want it to look natural. And just keep blending and kind of patting as you blend. Because you just want the whole face to look super smooth. Okay. gonna, oops. Just make sure it's super rubbed in really good. And I'm actually going to take a little bit of the porcelain again, just this one, and I'm just going to take it in kind of the areas where you just naturally get red. I'm just going to go and just put a little bit of this again. So just kind of in those areas, and I'm going to do the same thing and just buff those in. That's kind of more of the concealing part with blemishes and redness and things like that. Okay, so once that's done, I'm going to take this new NYX HD finishing powder in the shade Banana for kind of a setting powder. I'm going to take this Stila 33A brush and just dab, and I'm patting this in under my eye. And this is really going to set that under eye concealer really well. And the Banana shade is going to make it so it's bright under your eye, but it's not washed out and it's not white. So that's why that's great. And I'm just going to actually set it a little bit in this area and on my nose, around that area. And kind of in my T-zone area. Just like that. And you can set your whole face with the powder if you want. I actually am not going to do that today because I want a little bit of a dewier look, and so I set my T-zone area and the places I kind of get oily and then I really want to hold that concealer. So my next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a little bit of a powder to kind of emphasize that contour just a little bit more. And so I'm going to take this, it's actually just like an e.l.f. contouring and contouring blush and bronzer, and it's kind of a knockoff of the NARS Laguna and Orgasm. And I'm just going to take just the littlest bit and sculpt out that contour a little bit there, because I want it just a little bit more dramatic. Kind of buff up. Like that. And I'm just going to do a little bit on my nose again. And if while you're doing this you feel like maybe the powder was a little too strong or you did something a little too much, you can just take that beauty blender again and kind of just absorb a little bit wherever you want to do that. Okay, so just a little bit more defined. If you want to take it to the next level, you can kind of go back with that banana powder a little bit, and I'm going to take that Stila brush again and kind of go underneath the contour and sculpt it out like that, and I'll blend that out. I'm just going to take a little bit buff that out like that so then it's even more defined like that. So then my next step is I'm going to put some blush on, and I have decided that I want to go ahead and use, actually I haven't decided, that's the problem. Well, okay, let's go ahead, since I was already using this e.l.f. contour blush and bronzer, let's go ahead and just use the blush from it, because it's, like I said, kind of like a knockoff of the NARS, and it's really pretty. So it's just this corally shade, which is super fun for summer. And just in circular motions, dust that onto my cheeks. Just really light like that. Just like that. So then it gives you a little bit of warmth in your face. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Smashbox highlighter that I've obviously used a lot of, and I am actually going to take this Morphe B13. It's more like a blending eyeshadow, but I am going to use it to highlight a little bit. So I'm just going to highlight the bridge of my nose, kind of in those same areas where we put the lighter powder or the lighter concealer. Are those same places that we're going to put this Smashbox. And I like a pretty generous highlight, especially during the summer. You can take your finger on this part. You can even take this a little bit and kind of put it up under your brow. And in your tear ducts, just since we're not really doing any eye makeup, and that's already kind of done, and you can leave it like that, and then you can see your highlight and your contour all over the face. And you can see it just gives you a really pretty natural glow, makes your skin look really dewy and fresh, and it kind of shapes your face to emphasize the things that you want to see and contour and hide the things that you don't so much want to see. So after this look, if I was going to go out after this, I'd curl my lashes, put a little bit of mascara on, and add some lip gloss over it. Maybe a little bit of like a nude lipstick, and kind of go out like that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Just a simple, easy tutorial on how to do your face makeup for every day or for special occasions, or however you can take bits and pieces of this video and do it how you want. And so I hope this helped, and I hope you guys enjoyed.